This storefront to me has all the magic because we're on a really quiet side street. It's actually, this street out here, Court Avenue, is on the National Register of Historic Places. So this could not be a more perfect location for Revival Design Studio, where at the heart of what we do is we restore spaces and places. My name is Lange, and I am owner and CEO of Revival Design Studio. I started Revival back in 2010. Revival Design Studio is a full-service architecture and interior design studio. We've also recently expanded those design services to include brand identity, logo development, those types of graphic design related services. We've worked on, we're probably going on 36 projects in Downtown Bellefontaine now. We were the architectural team on the Anytime Fitness and Loco Depot. We were the designers for the Flying Pepper, Cantina, Build Cowork, the Syndicate. We have also been involved in some signage and interior design with 600 Pizzeria downtown. We were lead designers on Bellavino Wine Room downtown. Numerous other storefront renovations, the list goes on and on. So the Opera Block has been an interesting one, this project, because we were here kind of at the inception or even a little bit before. So we took a look at the building, walked through the building before Jason even purchased it, just to see if it would be a good fit for the Small Nation team, what the challenges were going to be if they decided to purchase and renovate this building, and then where potential opportunities could lie. Buildings of this age, and particularly of this size, present a myriad of challenges. But here at the Opera Block, what we're up against is a number of things. First and foremost, with buildings of this age and scale and type, accessibility is always a challenge. There is no elevator. Very few of the storefronts are handicap accessible. Building of this scale, we're looking at 40,000 square feet of space in an unsprinklered building. That can be really tricky and can really limit the use of the building. So for a lot of businesses, that's a deal breaker. Nothing we haven't seen before, nothing that really scares us. I think the bigger the challenge, the more excited we get, and it pushes us to be a little more creative. This project is going to be extremely impactful, in my opinion, for weekday activity. So that's always a big challenge with small towns. Even when you kind of build up the nightlife piece, which Small Nation has done a beautiful job of doing that here in Downtown Bellefontaine. So there's a lot to do on the weekends, a lot to do during the evenings, but during kind of like a Tuesday afternoon, there isn't a ton of activity, and that's pretty normal for a small town, downtown area. Now, once the Opera Block is completely renovated and it's filled with office tenants and small retail and coffee, all of a sudden you have so many more people downtown during the day throughout the week. And those people are eating and drinking downtown and supporting the restaurants that do great on the weekends but maybe are slow during the week. You're also supporting small retail throughout the week. So I think that's going to be the biggest impact here in Downtown Bellefontaine, is just getting outside professionals in town during the week, spending money at other local businesses. What really lit our fire for this building and this project was it's such an iconic building downtown. It's situated perfectly right in the heart of Downtown Bellefontaine, next to the courthouse. It's highly, highly visible being on the corner. So you have a number of storefronts along Main Street, and then a beautiful run of storefronts along Court Avenue as well. Who wouldn't want to work on this, right? Also, happily, this building, for the most part, on the outside has been fairly untouched over the years. That is really, really uncommon with what we see in downtown buildings, built in the late 1800s. So it's one of those where like the character's there, it's a little gritty, it's a little dirty, needs some polishing. But for us, it's like we could really see the potential and we can sink our teeth into bringing this back to life and still keeping it, again, feasible for the owner and exciting enough for the community where everyone is kind of already proud of this building. They already know about this building. And so for us to be able to say like, oh yeah, we're working on the historic opera block renovation, like that's a big deal for us. The space is perfect for us. The footprint is small, but the volume is really impressive. So architecturally speaking, it kind of checked all the boxes for the kind of place that we would want to make our own for our studio. And we had actually done the permit documents for the shell of the space that was meant for a totally different business. For whatever reason, that fell through. I didn't know that yet until I randomly saw it on Facebook that Jason had posted that it was going to be available. And I was like, oh yeah, that's got to be our space. But I'm looking at, again, a beautiful, beautiful historic courthouse that's also on the National Register. So we have, 14 foot of window overlooking this beautiful building here in downtown Bellefontaine. We're excited to be here during kind of what I'll call early days in the renovation of the Opera Block building. So we're here, we're set in our studio space within the building, and we're excited to kind of see and participate in the renovations that are going to happen around us for the next coming months. Currently, I think there are only maybe 3 or 4 tenants in the entire building. The building's been completely cleaned out. The second and third floors are 100% vacant. There aren't any active utilities up there. I mean, it's really just what's left is the beautiful shell of the building. And so now it's time to kind of put things back together again. And we're excited to be a part of that and participate in that process.